when I was in junior high, we had an atrium in the school, and there was a poster hanging up in the atrium. Uh, it's kind of like a courtyard in the middle of the school, but contained indoors. And there's a bunch of classrooms around it in the office, the principal's office. There was always posters hanging up there, motivational posters. And I remember this one in specific. It had a picture of Gandhi on it, and it said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And I don't know why, but it stuck with me. It stuck with me since, well, that was 8th grade. It stuck with me since 8th grade. And I think it kind of ties back to this sense that I've always had that that I have a purpose, and always thinking about what my contribution to the world is going to be, as you do. And this poster with Gandhi, "Be the change you want to see in the world," it appealed directly to that sense in me. And I feel like this was one of the main messages that were given to me in school, that were meant to be communicated to me in school, was, don't back down, fight for what you believe in. But as I got older, I realized that they're not telling me to fight for what I believe in. They're telling me to fight for what they want me to fight for. And a prime example of this is feminism. I have been taught since I was a little girl that as a woman, I don't have equal opportunity yet. It's somewhere in the future there. I have the vote. I can work anywhere I want. I can literally do anything I want in this country. I'm in Canada. I can literally do anything I fucking want in this country, but I don't have equal opportunity yet because of the wage gap, which was disproven. Even still, this concept that I have to fight for equality, alongside this concept that I can be the change I want to see in the world, this combines, and I've seen it combine in basically all of my peers, especially my female peers. They have taught us that feminism is the change you want to see in the world. Like nodding their head, looking at us. Yes, feminist. You want feminism. But as I got older, I realized that this isn't the case, and actually, it's the complete opposite. I realized through interacting with and observing my male friends that, in fact, the males of this society are becoming weakened, and it directly correlates with the rise in popularity of feminism. I don't have data on this, obviously, but it's clear. It is so clear. The purpose of feminism is to weaken the male members of our species rather than strengthening the female members. And it makes me so mad that I go through my daily life and am constantly confronted with these doctrines, these feminist doctrines, and angry women. I can't relate to women my age. I can't have a conversation in a group of women without feminist topics coming up. It is so strange. I mean, I obviously have a few female friends, but the general atmosphere is such that if these topics come up and I have anything to the opposition to say, especially if I'm defending the men, it's so taboo. I sense an immediate turnoff from my female peers when I mention anything like this. It's gotten to the point that feminism has literally isolated me from my female peers, though it claims to encourage a sisterhood among women. I think one of the main goals of feminism is, and I don't mean this in the sense that the people who believe in feminism this isn't their goal, but this is the end result. And it seems kind of like a goal, an overarching goal. I see its purpose being to convince women that we can take on the role that men normally play in society. And the result of this is that men just fuck off. What are they going to do, right? Women take their role in society. I'm not talking about jobs. I'm not talking about women entering the workplace. I'm talking about the mental, spiritual, even the physical role that men take. Feminism convinces women that they don't need men for that anymore. They can do it all themselves. And so men lose their role. So there's two options, leave, just check out, which is what I feel like most reasonable men do. Men who have a sense of their masculinity and confidence, they just check the fuck out. Or they accept feminism, they submit to it, and they become like nodding their head little puppies, just like, yeah, whatever, whatever you want. It's the only mating strategy for those men at that point. And I look at this and I'm laughing now, like I've been smiling this entire video because it's so ridiculous. I see these effects directly, and it pisses me off to the point where, like, it makes me laugh. I am so pissed off. And I'm so sad because males and females were literally meant for each other. Not necessarily in a romantic sense, but just in a creative sense. The masculine and the feminine combine to produce something that you can't see anywhere unless these two things combine. Doesn't matter what body you're in, it's the masculine and the feminine. And I honestly think there is an objective definition for these things. It's not a societal construct. That's another thing with feminism, is it tries to convince you that everything is a fucking social construct. This means that you can change the definition of anything at will. It literally injects more chaos into society when you can find objective definitions for these things. There is a harmony that exists between men and women, and it's, dare I fucking say it, it's sacred. It's meant to be. This is how we evolved. We evolved working with each other. We evolved as men and as women, coming together with our roles in society to create something with our individual skills and tastes and talents. And feminism just rips it apart. And I'm sitting here fucking walking around, standing here, whatever. I'm going through society, watching just men and women screaming at men, and men turning away, and it's so sad. And I think about it a lot. And I'm a really vocal person, and I like controversy, and I like going against the grain, because I think, well, I mean, if everyone went with the grain, nothing would change, right? And so I honestly think this is part of the message that I want to ultimately communicate with my existence, is women need men, men need women. It's this basic fucking ass concept. It is so fucking easy, and we're complicating everything. It's so fucking easy. Anyways, this is a really passionate point of discussion for me, and I hope that you know, as time goes on, I can articulate my thoughts a little bit better, and, you know, provide data and get all scientific or whatever with it. But this is like the way I feel about it, raw. And I really want to communicate it, and I really want it to get out to not only my friends but other people, because I think we are seeing um, an opposition to feminism even from women, and I think it's important for women who are against feminism and the effects of feminism. I think it's important for us to speak up and find each other and talk about it. And, you know, for the men to know that they're not alone, that the women of their species are here to support them like we're meant to. Thanks for listening.